Hey, what's up, fam? It's Tony here, and man, I just been thinking about this one concept that I've been introduced to probably a few weeks ago. It's just been rolling in my mind over and over again. This thought, interrupt the conversation. You know, I believe there's greatness inside of all of us. I believe that God has equipped us for greatness when we find our niche, when we find that thing that He's put us on the earth to do. And He's always given us cues and ideas on how to do it, how to step out into it. But I believe that some of our greatest ideas are shut down before they ever make it into production. You know, there's this thought, interrupt the conversation. And this whole concept is around the fact that 85% of the thoughts that come into our mind are negative. So since 85% of the thoughts that come into our mind are negative, as soon as you get a great idea or a witty way of approaching a problem, your mind is already fighting against you. You don't have to worry about your neighbor or your friends or even, your haters fighting against you. We fight against ourselves because we don't take those thoughts and run with them because of the conversation in our head. And one of the things I've learned to do in my life is that I'm started to interrupt the conversations, that when I walk into moments and situations, that when God gives me an idea or something that could help, that I don't immediately dismiss it. I don't immediately say, oh, this isn't going to work. I step out into it. That's why we have faith. Because when God gives you something, you don't know if it's going to work or not unless you try it. A lot of times faith is risk, but most of us don't even take the risk because of the thoughts that are coming into our mind. And so today I want to talk to you about interrupting the conversation. That when you get that idea, don't so quickly dismiss it and say, oh, this is nothing. I've learned the principle years ago that even when my thoughts are speaking out against me, that if I sense that it's something that I should do, I take a small step. And then if I take that step and I sense peace, I take another small step. And as I take my small steps and have peace, then those small steps end up being larger steps. Real talk, there is an enemy to your destiny. And he doesn't want to see you successful. He doesn't want to see you whole. He doesn't want to see you happy. And so as soon as you get ready to break out of the box of whatever you're in, he's going to attack you. He's going to tell you you're not smart enough, you're not gifted enough, you're not educated enough. He's going to tell you you're not enough. Whatever it is, he's going to say you're not enough. But what I've learned to do in my life is this. It's like, yeah, I may not be enough in me, but I'm more than enough in God. That this may be impossible to me, but with God, all things are possible. And when I begin to view myself, not from my mistakes or my past, not from the things that I've gotten wrong or even the opinions of others, when I begin to view myself from the lens of what God says about me and the incredible gifts that He's placed within me, then I begin to interrupt the conversations that are happening in my head. Man, I'd say it's probably about 15 years ago when this idea popped into my mind to do this sports ministry. And, I was working in a field that I hated. And I'm doing it every day, just trudging away. And when the idea came to my mind to start it, the first thing that popped into the forefront was, you don't have the education for this. You've never done this before. And I began to listen to those thoughts. But one day I got the faith to say, you know what? If God gave it to me, He's going to help me perform it. And I took steps towards that thing. And what started out as just a concept in my mind within 8 years became a full-fledged ministry that was in the public school system in our area. When I first started out, there was nothing. It was only here. And the thoughts that were coming at me were saying, don't even take a step. But when I took that step, God began to do things that wouldn't have happened had I not taken it. And I got to see a success that not only blessed me, but blessed thousands of kids and parents alike. So today I want to encourage you. What is God speaking to you? What is He saying to you? Let this week be the first week of this new life. That you no longer allow your thoughts to intimidate you and stop you from moving forward. but that you interrupt the conversation in your mind. And when your thoughts tell you you can't do it, you say, nah, I'm more than a conqueror through Christ who loved me and died for me. That when your thoughts say that you're not able enough, no, you say, I'm more than able because the greater one lives inside of me. That when even people come alongside you to tell you what you can't do or where you can't go, you're like, no, God had a plan for me in my mother's womb. He knit everything for me in advance, and because of what he placed in me, I can do everything that he shows me. As you get out this Monday to start your week, let this week be the best week of your life by taking a step in the direction that God is showing you. All right, y'all, have an amazing week. God bless.